Have you ever found yourself lying awake at night, scrolling through your phone, and wondering that one big, scary question: does he really love me? You see the sweet texts, you hear the compliments, but in the quiet moments, a little voice in your head asks if his feelings are truly deep and lasting, or just surface level. Well, in this video, we're cutting through the noise. We're not talking about him buying you gifts, or just saying, "I love you." We're diving into the 5 key behaviors a man will consistently do only if he is truly, deeply, and authentically in love with you. Stick around, because number 3 is something most people completely overlook. Thing number 1. He makes you feel safe to be your truest self. This goes far beyond just feeling comfortable wearing no makeup around him. It's about an emotional safety that allows you to let your guard down completely. His love creates a judgment-free zone where you know, without a doubt, that you can express your deepest fears, your weirdest quirks, your biggest dreams, and your most vulnerable insecurities, and you will be met with acceptance, not criticism. So, what does this look like in your day-to-day life? It means you don't feel the pressure to be on or perform a version of yourself you think he wants. You can come home after a long, hard day and just be, without having to entertain him or pretend everything is fine. When you're upset and share a problem with him, he has the ability to just listen and hold space for you, without immediately jumping in to try and fix it. He embraces the parts of you that aren't so polished, your silly morning voice, your weird obsession with a specific hobby, your messy emotions on a bad day, or even your unflattering sweatpants. He is the person you can ugly cry in front of, or share a deeply embarrassing story with, and know that his perception of you won't change. This is so powerful, because it reveals a crucial distinction. Infatuation often loves the highlight reel, the best, most fun, and most impressive version of you. But a man who is truly in love doesn't just love the highlight reel. He loves the entire unedited documentary. He is invested in the whole story, including the boring parts, the sad parts, and the messy parts. This deep level of acceptance proves that his feelings are not for an idealized fantasy he's created in his head. He sees the real you with all your complexities and imperfections, and he chooses you again and again. That is the bedrock of a genuine, lasting connection. Thing number 2. He is your partner in problem solving. This is where words of affection transform into actions of partnership. A man who is truly committed stops seeing your struggles as your problems and starts seeing them as our challenges. He doesn't watch from the sidelines as you navigate life's difficulties. He gets in the trenches with you. His mindset shifts from, "I'm here for you," to, "I'm here with you," and that is a profound difference. You'll see this manifest in both big and small ways. When you're overwhelmed and stressed about a work deadline, he doesn't just offer a sympathetic ear and move on. He actively leans in, whether that means sitting with you to brainstorm solutions, taking over a household chore, like making dinner so you can focus, or simply running interference to give you some quiet time. If you're dealing with a difficult family situation, he doesn't see it as separate from his life. He stands firmly by your side, offering his support and having your back, because he understands that what affects you affects him too. This mentality extends to your future together. He talks about long-term goals with you, using we and us. The conversation isn't your plan for a house. It's, how can we save for our house? He includes himself in the equation of your life's journey. Contrast this with a man whose love is more superficial. When a problem arises in your life, he distances himself. He might offer a quick, generic piece of advice, but he remains emotionally and practically detached because he still sees his life and your life as 2 separate entities. A man who truly loves you, however, leans into the discomfort. He shows up, not because it's easy or convenient, but because your well-being is his concern. A true partner is fundamentally a teammate. It's the secure knowledge that you have officially stopped facing life alone. Thing number 3. He prioritizes your happiness as his own. This goes far beyond simple kindness or basic decency. It's about selfless acts that require a genuine sacrifice of his time, energy, or comfort, and he makes these sacrifices willingly. The most telling part is that he isn't resentful about it. In fact, your joy becomes a direct source of his own joy. Seeing you happy genuinely makes him happy, and that emotional connection is a powerful indicator of his true feelings. In practice, this looks like the man who will drive an hour out of his way to pick you up from the airport after a long day, simply because he knows it will ease your burden. It's the man who will sit through that romantic comedy you love for the 10th time, not because he enjoys the movie, but because he loves watching the smile on your face and hearing you recite your favorite lines. It's in the remarkably consistent attention to detail. He remembers that you love a specific coffee order and will surprise you with it on a tough morning, or he'll download that podcast you mentioned last week because he was genuinely listening and thought you'd like to listen together on your next drive. Now, it is crucial to distinguish this from people-pleasing or codependency. A people-pleaser loses himself and says yes to everything out of a fear of conflict or a need for validation. His actions are about managing his own anxiety. What we're talking about here is entirely different. This is a conscious, willing choice made from a place of strength and devotion. He hasn't lost himself. He has simply folded your well-being into his own. He makes the choice to make you happy because your state of being is integral to his. This is the very essence of the phrase, love is a verb. It's not a feeling he just talks about. It's demonstrated in the choices he makes, consistently, especially on the days when it's inconvenient for him. Thing number 4. He fights fairly for the relationship. Conflict is an inevitable part of any partnership. It's not the absence of arguments that defines a strong bond, but how you navigate them. A man who is deeply in love approaches a disagreement with a completely different goal than a man who is not. His objective is not to win the argument, to prove he's right, or to dominate you. His sole focus is to resolve the issue, to understand you, and to repair the connection between you. The fight isn't you versus him. It's the two of you versus the problem. You can see this in his conduct. During a disagreement, he maintains a level of respect that acts as a guardrail, even in the heat of the moment. This means he consciously avoids name-calling, launching below-the-belt insults about your insecurities, or weaponizing past mistakes. Instead, he communicates how your actions made him feel, using "I feel" statements that express his experience without placing blame. He makes a genuine effort to actively listen to your perspective, not just to wait for his turn to talk. Perhaps one of the most significant signs is what he doesn't do. Even when he is angry or hurt, he never uses the threat of leaving or ending the relationship as a tactic. And after things have cooled down, he is the one who comes back to the conversation to finish it. He doesn't punish you with the silent treatment for days, because his goal is reconciliation, not retaliation. This approach to conflict is a powerful demonstration of true love, because it reveals his underlying priorities. In that tense moment, when his ego is screaming to be defensive and to win, he consciously chooses the health of the relationship instead. It proves that he values us more than he values being right. He sees the relationship as something precious to be protected and repaired, not as a battlefield where he must emerge victorious. This fair fighting is the ultimate proof that he is invested in a future with you, a future he knows will require navigating challenges together with respect and grace. Thing number 5. He talks about a shared future and includes you in it. This is where his commitment moves from the present tense into the future tense. A man who is truly in love doesn't see his future as a solitary path. His vision for what's to come has you woven directly into its fabric. It's no longer just his future. It becomes our future, a shared project that he is actively building with you, day by day. You'll notice this in the language he uses and the plans he makes. It shows up in conversations big and small, from discussing vacations for next year and potential cities you might live in together, to simple casual remarks like, "We should get a grill for next summer," or "We'll have to take our kids here one day." The pronoun we becomes his default setting when talking about anything yet to come. This inclusion is also profoundly practical. He consults you on significant decisions, whether it's a career move, a major purchase, or a financial investment, because he genuinely sees your life and his as interconnected. Your opinion, your comfort, and your dreams are critical factors in the equation of his life. Contrast this with a man who is not fully committed. He will keep conversations about the future deliberately vague, change the subject when it comes up, or only speak in terms of his own personal goals. What he wants to do, where he sees himself in 5 years, with no reference to you in that picture. A man who does this is still living a separate life, even if he's physically present with you now. The man who truly loves you, however, makes it clear through his words and his plans that you are an essential and permanent part of his world. When a man loves you, you're not just a guest in his present. You are the main character in his vision for tomorrow.